Folks, MAGA is in the middle of a civil war, whether you realize it or not. Ben Shapiro earlier this week called out Donald Trump Jr. and the blatant corruption. He also attacked Trump's foreign policy in Ukraine. And this is all happening while Ben Shapiro's numbers are plummeting. And I have Tucker Carlson attacking Ben Shapiro. This is just delicious. I'm eating a lot. So delicious. First, let's go to this clip where Ben Shapiro is attacking Trump's strategy as it pertains to Ukraine. And I can't believe this, but I'm agreeing with Ben Shapiro.
When it comes to, for example, an intransigent enemy who's already at war with a third-party country with whom we are allied, then actually unpredictability and mess in the system leads to perception of weakness. And this is one of the problems with regard to Ukraine. So, for example,
not only does it perceive weakness, it is weakness. And that's exactly what's happening too with Donald Trump's trade policy, where the chaos and the uncertainty and Trump saying one thing and then doing another, it doesn't look like he's coming from a position of strength. He's coming from one of weakness. And now our allies actually think he is an idiot. Well, he is. They don't think, they know he's an idiot. Now they know for sure. And Donald Trump is also being called taco, as we talked about a couple of days ago, where it means Trump always chickens out. Yes. And that's definitely reflected here in his Ukraine strategy. As you might not have seen a couple weeks ago, Ben Shapiro also attacked Donald Trump when he was getting that gift from Qatar, the $400 million plane.
The Trump administration is now preparing to accept a super luxury Boeing 747-8 jumbo jet from the royal family of Qatar. It is a $400 million gift available for use by President Trump as new Air Force One until shortly before he leaves office, at which time, according to the deal, the plane doesn't stay with the United States government. It then moves to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation, taking sacks of goodies from people who support Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, Al Jazeera, all the rest. That's not America first. Like, please define America first in a way that says you should take sacks of cash from the Qatari royals who are behind Al Jazeera. It just isn't America first in any conceivable way. So back to the original question. Is this good for President Trump? Is it good for his agenda? Is it good for draining the swamp and getting things done? The answer is no, it isn't. It isn't. If you want President Trump to succeed, this kind of skeezy stuff needs to stop.
Well, they didn't listen to you, Ben, because it's only gotten worse. And Donald Trump Jr. was in Qatar doing business deals at the same time that Donald Trump was accepting this $400 million bribe. And Ben Shapiro also attacked Tucker Carlson for sort of the same thing, where he just takes money from Qatar. Now, here is Tucker Carlson's response.
I am not Shiite as a tool of Qatar, who's like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're taking Qatari money. I've never taken a dollar from any government. I mean, are you joking? And these are people who are acting on behalf of a foreign government telling me that I'm unpatriotic. And I try not to get like crazy angry about it, but it's hard. Because you see these people, you know, Ben Shapiro or these shills like come out and like attack you personally because
he was on the he was bashing you just this week.
But it's what's so infuriating is like I'm 56 in 2 weeks, so I've watched this. I was in Iraq. Like I'm not an expert on anything, and I would never claim expertise. I try not to claim expertise I don't have. But just I have a good memory, and I was there for a lot of this stuff, and I have unresolved rage for the reasons I just explained. No one's
I got to tell you, I am so glad I don't hear this mother effer's voice anymore every single day. I forgot what he sounded like. He is so obnoxious, but he is calling Ben Shapiro a shill. Ben Shapiro is attacking him. Let them fight. Let them fight. And Nick Fuentes also has done the same thing. He is attacking Ben Shapiro. I'm telling you, MAGA is I mean, they have a leader, but they are rudderless. And Donald Trump is failing, so now the infighting is starting, and here's some of it.
If Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson and Charlie Kirk can't annihilate the SJWs anymore, then what can they do? What are they good for? If Shapiro and Jordan Peterson and Charlie Kirk, if they can't annihilate and wreck a blue-haired feminist, a soy boy, beta male, liberal atheist, college student on a college campus in a rigged debate where they control the microphone, Then what can they do?
What can they do is they can attack Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr.'s corruption, which I'm all for. And that is one of the reasons why MAGA is mad, because Ben Shapiro is actually lifting the veil and showing what's really there. And here is, Harrison Smith called Ben Shapiro a foreign agent. This is one way that they attack someone. And here is Donald Trump. Actually, before we get to this, let me just show you what happened a couple of days ago, where Donald Trump Jr. was asked in Qatar if he's planning on running for president, and his answer was sickening.
After President Trump steps down, would you consider picking up the reins? Would you run for office?
Here we go. Well, oh boy. Well, it's an honor to be asked and an honor to see that some people are okay with it.
Those are just our friends.
Yeah,
in the front
that's
row,
probably just a couple people we know. Those are the
three
tickets
people
we got.
yeah, that's it. Right.
You never know. Right now, this has been my focus. I think it's not just about government. It's also about, the business sector doing that. I think when we saw...
You never know is, yes, just not tomorrow. That's what it means. And I love that that was happening at the Qatar Economic Forum. That's where he makes that little announcement. Now, as I said, Ben Shapiro called out Donald Trump's corruption. And then I'll show you after this where Ben Shapiro talked about Donald Trump Jr.'s potential run for president, and it's delicious.
That many of the organizations that Donald Trump Jr. is connected to are making an enormous amount of money during this period of time when his father is president, which raises awkward questions, certainly, about Trump administration policy, ranging from Trump meme coin to World Liberty Financial to gigantic real estate deals in Qatar. None of this is an amazingly good look. This administration is doing too many important, I'll say it again, this administration is doing too many important things to be bogged down with conversations about how members of the Trump family or the Witkoff family or any of the other families surrounding the administration are making bank.
Real quick question. What important things is the Trump administration doing? Like stopping COVID vaccines, stopping funding to third world nations to prevent disease, stopping the funding of research into cancer. Like, what important things are they doing? This big, beautiful bill that's just a tax cut for billionaires? Give me a break.
While President Trump is president, in countries that President Trump is attempting to negotiate with. That is not a good thing. At the very least, it is not a useful thing.
All right. And then let us look at this. This is Ben Shapiro after Donald Trump Jr. said that he's potentially running for president. Here as Ben Shapiro. Here's how he took it.
He's right about that. It is not, in fact, a good look. I'm just going to put it out there right now. No. Okay, dynasties are un-American. They are not good. Okay, George W., after George H.W., was not great for the country. The idea of Michelle Obama for Barack Obama, not great for the country. The idea of Hillary Clinton for Bill Clinton, not great for the country. No. Okay, we elected Donald Trump for a reason, but connection with President Trump's name does not mean that you should be president of the United States. President Trump ran against dynasties when he opposed Jeb Bush in 2016. This was literally one of his leading gambits, was attacking Jeb Bush for being part of a political dynasty. Why the American obsession with political dynasties? And that's not a critique of Donald Trump Jr. as a person or as a future politician. That's just a reality that dynasties in American politics are typically bad. Kennedy dynasties, Bush dynasties, none of this is good.
Help. What is going on? Ben Shapiro is making so much sense. Is it because he understands what the truth is, or is it because I'm changing? I feel like it must just be because Ben Shapiro is seeing the light. And it also could be because Ben Shapiro is losing viewers and he needs to figure out how he can pick up some clout, because Ben Shapiro was once the golden boy of conservative media. But in 2019, the Ben Shapiro Show was listed near the top of most podcast charts. And in 2020, his Facebook page regularly published many of the top performing posts in the United States. As a result, he accumulated millions of followers across social media platforms. Today, his audience is shrinking on Facebook. He has fewer followers now than he did at the start of the year, despite algorithmic changes in Meta that are boosting political content and users' feeds. On other digital platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, his growth in 2025 has lagged far behind his peers in the right-wing media space. Since January 1st, Shapiro has grown his audience on 4 key social media platforms by just 166,000. Oh my God, we've grown more than that in the past 2 months. A shockingly small amount compared to Candace Owens, who had it over 2.8 million followers and blah, 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 blah. Everyone else is adding more. Editor's note, or I don't even know, my note is that we actually do better than Ben Shapiro's YouTube channel. We get substantially more views. We're growing faster. So thank you all for helping us beat Ben. But I will say, we have to keep Ben in the race a little bit, because if he's going to be doing the work for us and attacking Donald Trump and Don Jr. and all the corruption happening, let him do it. Let him do it. I mean, I don't think that's how you're going to grow your audience when they only want to hear one thing, which is Trump is right, everyone else is wrong. But I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.